As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. We do not, hear me, we do not teach you to rise to the occasion, folks. What we do teach you is to fall to your level of preparation. Back, believe, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around the final Make You Move Monday of June. Final Make You Move Monday of June. We're gonna reassess our goals this week, see where we're at, give myself a grade, and then we're gonna go into July with some goals. We're gonna but we're gonna just go into July with measurables, figuring out what we need to do, where we went wrong the previous month. And trust me, I can tell you right now from jump, there were multiple things that I did not hit, did not reach the goal. I would be strongly surprised if I gave myself higher than a damn D this month. However, what I did lose professionally, the makeup was what I did personally in the personal life, physical life, all that kind of stuff, and making sure we're on point with all our 3 Ps, all right? So all that being said, let's get into today's Make You Move kickoff question. For those of you who don't know, it's what we do every single Monday. We hit off a kickoff question. But what we do here, how we run things is very similar to a college football team and how college football teams run their business, or any football team for that matter. We won't even say college, we just say football team, quality run football programs. And as always, they're starting the game off with a kickoff, right? Kickoff, making sure we're on point, making sure that kickoff coverage is on point, making sure it's all where it needs to be. Special teams can win and lose you a damn football game, all right? So as far as the kickoff question for this week, it's, are you being called out or are you being called up? All right, now we're going to dive into this all week. All right, so be clear. We have a lot of football stories to get through, seeing that we're only a month away from the season actually starting. Camps are opening up. Things are going down. Just expect a lot of football stories. And, one of the things that have the reason that this question came to my head because of a sermon that I attended with my girl last week at Church by the Glades. If you want to listen to piece portions of it, go to Faith-Based Friday, where I went over it a little bit and stuff like that. But he was talking about fathers in regards to like Father's Day and stuff like that. And he asked the question, being called up or called out? And immediately when I heard that phrase, I immediately went to a former teammate I had who went back and forth with a coach and told him, hey, don't call me out like that. Now, this particular player was a very, very talented player. He was very talented. He's actually from Florida, one of the few guys from Stony Brook that played at Stony Brook that was from Florida. So he had a great deal of talent. He came from UConn, actually. He started out at UConn and then transferred to Stony Brook. So he had that FBS actual talent. And he went to the coach and said, don't ever call me out like that. But the truth is, when you have that kind of talent, you're going to get called out in the means of being called up. Now, I'm going to explain all this a little later. Just tap in, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. And shout out to the new subscribers too, by the way. Make sure you're liking and sharing this video out to anybody that's in business, that are leaders, that are in the business of delegating and getting people in the right position, which is everybody, if you're going to be honest with you. But make sure you understand there's a difference. There's subtle differences, and there's things on the back end. There's a story, there's characteristics and traits and all sorts of things that go on in the back end to give you the indication on if a leader is calling you out or calling you up, or a peer is calling you out or calling you up. You got to know the difference between the two, because there are times in which you will be getting called out on certain things, and when you are called out on certain things, you got to just let it go, because sometimes, hey, look, it just may not be for you. Like, you put me in a calculus room and I have no idea what I'm talking about, right? That's me being called out, and you don't have the ability to really know a lot about calculus. Now, if I'm in a room where we're talking football and there's something that I need to know or something that I didn't know, then I'm being called up to know about it, right? Because that's more my forte and where I'm at. So understanding that gives you a very clear path towards success. It gives you a clear path towards what you need to be doing in regards to what's going to be beneficial to not only your life, but your business and all the people that depend on you to make great decisions. All right. So all that being said, again, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing this out to anybody that needs to hear it. Main website, however, to check out, to dive deeper into all the work I'm doing, it's makeyamove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.